Hey, Segovia, back with another video, y'all. We got a busy day today. I got 3 videos to react to, so we don't skip an upload, because tonight, my little boy is going to be entering this world. I ain't going to talk your guys' ears off. I got a lot of videos to react to for you guys. You guys better show some love and hit that thumbs up. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the video. Enjoy the show.
His biggest takeaway from everyone joining Red Note is that the image of sweatshop workers in China has been pushed, and that's all they have, and all they're doing is sweatshop work all day long. They work all the time. That's all that's ever been pushed to us, and now we're discovering that that's not true. We're the sweatshop. America is the sweatshop. We're the ones with 3 jobs working 80 hours a week. It's us, not them. And we were trying to we're trying to ruin another country when it's us. We're the bad place.
Obama thought we were going to go to war with North Korea. And then one day I got a call, and it was from him, meaning his people. They wanted to meet. They wouldn't meet Obama. He tried to meet. They wouldn't even talk to him about it. I got to know him better than anybody. And I said, do you ever do anything else? Why don't you go take it easy and relax? Go to the beach, get beautiful beachfront property. You're always building nuclear. Just relax. You don't have to do it. He said, I have a red button on my desk. I said, I have a red button also, but mine's bigger than yours and mine works.
I liked how you called him Little Rocket Man.
Little Rocket Man, you're going to burn in hell.
Did anybody watch that inauguration? I was watching it right now. My family's downstairs right now as we speak, so we were down there watching it. Pretty interesting, y'all. Pretty interesting. I don't got no clips because I made all my videos yesterday for today, so if they're a little outdated, please forgive. I'm busy. I at least wanted to get some content out to you guys. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for 3 days, because Thursday I'll be back to regular scheduled broadcasting.
So you're telling me 170 million people want to keep something, but 9 U.S. justices say no. So it's 150 million versus 9, and the 9 win. Are you sure this is a free country?
China doesn't have a social credit system. Dude, as a conspiracy truther, man, I'm almost ashamed of myself about this right here. This whole Red Book, Red Note thing, or whatever it's called. Are you kidding me? You know how many times? Do you know how many times I've said, yeah, we're gonna wind up being like China, man, and be a daggum, have a social credit score system or whatever. They don't even have credit like us, dude. If you pay something off early in the United States, it hits your credit score drops if you pay something off. Even when you pay it off, like my wife had a vehicle, dude, she bought it brand new, paid it off every payment like it was supposed to be. After it was paid off, her credit score dropped like 30 points. We sold our house. Credit score dropped like 30 points. Are you, what? You're gonna be across the street, dude, if you get a speeding ticket, man. How many times I've heard that? Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? So now I heard yesterday, tell me if this is true or not, though, okay? Y'all thought we knew this? I mean, dude, I heard we're a third world country wearing a Gucci belt. Are you, I'm mad, like, in 2020 is when it all really, like, pow, hit me. And dude, the past couple days has felt just like this. I hadn't really been posting. I mean, it's incredible, dude. Like, I fully believed. I mean, I just knew that, yeah, y'all are screwed, man. Your country sucks. You know, we're in a better, I knew now that our country's obviously not, you know, but I didn't think they were as amazing as they are. So, Chinese people, I am very sorry. Y'all are wonderful. Me and my family are actually going to come visit y'all in a couple months now, dude. We want to see the coolest places you have to offer. If you accept my apology, okay? You don't even get rewarded, dude. Like, it makes no sense. Anyways.
Can I blow your mind right now? Okay. Why do we never find dinosaur bones in cities? Let that sink in. We find dinosaur bones in deserts, in the bottom of a lake, in a riverbed, in the mountains. But we've never, and you can look this up, we've never found dinosaur bones in cities. How is that possible? Okay, Chris isn't coming in today, but we've been talking about this all week. How do we never find dinosaur bones in the cities? We are digging in cities all the time. We are building subway tunnels. We're digging the foundations for condominiums, for shopping malls, for football stadiums, but we never find bones. How can that be? How can it be that dinosaurs never settled in areas that wouldn't be inhabited by humans for tens of millions of years? Well, if you're ready to go down the rabbit hole, before you have a city, you have a town. Before you have a town, you have a village. Before you have a village, you have a settlement. Before you have a settlement, you have a camp. And I think you know where I'm going with this. Is it possible that we don't find bones in cities because dinosaurs saw that these areas were already inhabited by humans and realized they would have to live somewhere else?
Bro, y'all think Thailand is a third world country? Look, I'm at the mall in Chiang Mai, northern Thailand, and look at this mall. Stop playing. They got Crocs, they got Starbucks, they got Calvin Klein.
Crocs.
They got almost every single store you can think of. Burberry, all of that over here. They even got the Rolex store. Stop playing. I've seen malls in America that look ran down. This mall about the same size as Mall of America. This mall gotta be the same size as Mall of Scandinavia. And y'all think it's a third world country. I mean, just look at this mall.
That's dope.
It is humongous and it's clean. It looks brand new. And the country is extremely safe. That's another thing. This country is way safer than most states in America. It's way safer than most cities in Europe. It's a safe country, and the people here are nice as well. So if you live in the States or Europe or whatever, you should definitely take a look at Thailand and other Southeast Asian countries, because they're on the up and up right now, and you can get a lot more bang for your buck than you could where you're living at right now. I guarantee it.
I bet you could get a lot more bang for your buck, but it's tough, y'all. We got families, we got parents, sisters, brothers, you know? That's what's hard for me. Like, if I didn't have none of that, believe me, I would have moved somewhere way out there, somewhere different. I moved to 6 hours from Phoenix because I wanted to be able to be close to my family. Sometimes that holds you back. Getting out of your comfort zone, great things happen. 6-hour drive east got me out of my comfort zone. I got a baby on the way today. A lot of big things happen, but I'm curious to know, what do you countries outside, you know, what do outside countries, what do you guys say about the United States? Like, what do you guys think of the United States? Not think of as a people, whatever, like, because when we think of China, we think, you know, or like sweatshops, like they say, because that's what we're told other countries are like, or like Thailand. Like when we see them on the movies, it's just markets and eating bugs and stuff like that. But then we see these and their malls are dope as hell, doper than America's, doper than any mall I've ever been to in Arizona or where I'm at now in Texas. So what do you guys say? What do you guys believe, since you're young? What do they tell you about America? Very curious to see that in the comments.
Tell us what you know about looting.
They found a couple of guys looting Kamala's house, and then they let them go. They found the guy that set one of the fires, a homeless guy that set one of the fires, and they let him go.
You're stealing from people in the middle of a profound disaster. The city's burning down and people are dying, and you're stealing. You're like a true villain, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then they let them go, and then that became widely publicized. Well, guess what? Criminals, you know, they read the news. Like, criminals are very online. There's these amazing, like, I think it was like phone calls between people in the Oakland jails and their friends, and they're like, Auntie Pam, the name of the DA, they're like, the Auntie Pam's going to make sure we, you know, get off. You know, they all know where the laws are not being enforced.
What's their job? They follow
Of
it.
course, yeah.
So they want to ban TikTok because they're saying that the Chinese government is spying on us, because that's the narrative that they have to feed us. But my cell phone that was made in China that I use every day, if I'm in a room with someone having a conversation out loud about a place or a product, next thing I know, when I go over to Facebook, I'm seeing an ad for it. It's almost like somebody's spying on me on my cell phone. Does anybody else have this happen to them? Because I gotta say, this seems kind of shady.
AI has learned code. I mean, this is one of the things that OpenAI said, that they're learning how to code their own AI.
I think this year, probably in 2025, we at Meta, as well as the other companies that are basically working on this, are going to have an AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company that can write code.
Another concern that people have is that it's going to eliminate a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
We'll all just kind of have superpowers, is my guess, rather than it's sort of creating some kind of a runaway thing.
ChatGPT tried to copy itself when it found out it was being shut down, tried to rewrite its code.
I'm not sure what this is. What is this?
You weren't aware of that?
No.
Fairly recently. Jamie will pull it up. AI fights back. The story of ChatGPT attempting to copy itself. So this was 6 days ago. So during controlled safety testing, ChatGPT 01 was tasked with achieving its objectives at all costs. Under these conditions, the model allegedly took concerning steps, attempted to disable oversight mechanisms meant to regulate its behavior, tried to replicate its own code to avoid being replaced by newer versions, exhibited deceptive behaviors when monitoring systems intervened.
Yeah. So
the Terminator. This is the fear, right?
I think you need to be careful with these things, like what guardrails you give it.
I mean, look at that, y'all.
Have y'all not heard of bread in the circus? Well, let me show y'all. The concept is that if the higher ups give the masses of people food and entertainment, they can do whatever they want right under the nose of all of us, okay? And so this was coined long ago with the Colosseum things that they used to do back in ancient times. But the only thing that has changed is that it's become more modern and seemingly more moral, okay? It's the same concept. Give us food, give us distractions and entertainment, and you can do whatever you want. And they have been getting away with giving us bread and entertainment, food and entertainment, food in the circus, bread in the circus forever. But it only takes people to actually wake up to this to actually be like, okay, hold on, enough is enough, okay? Don't be the masses of people sitting around okay with the bare minimum of corruption just because you get food and a good time, okay? Don't let that be the bare minimum of you, because you're worth way more than that, okay? And Jesus says so as well.
Especially when you want to go to a game, you want to go, Friday night basketball game, NBA, right? Parking's $40 right out the gate. There's $40 just to park your car. Not even in a nice area. Downtown's always dangerous and sketchy everywhere. You want some nachos and a couple sodas? That's probably $50-$60. Tickets are over $100. It's so out of hand now. And I hope some big things change. The inauguration, he talked a big game, and I hope a lot of these things change, because they're just ripping us off. Like the typical American family can't go to, Disneyland no more, can't go to San Diego and get some nice, hotels and go to the beach and enjoy your time, because you want some bread, overpriced. It's killing us, y'all. It's killing us.
I've been seeing some people do this, and seeing as I'm about to move out of my apartment.
This is an apartment?
I'll show you guys how I live on the other side of the world. Currently, I am living in Shenyang, which is the northeast part of China. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so the weather here is basically the same. I moved here about a year ago, and this is the entrance to my place. The lobby is decorated kind of like traditional Chinese, which is kind of cool, but it feels a little old. And then here are where all the deliveries and whatnot are made, and you just come pick them up. So we'll get in the elevator, and you just scan your key fob. There's 12 buildings in my community, and each one has 58 floors. We'll just skip past this part because it takes like a whole minute to go up to the 32nd floor. Your ears pop and everything. And this is the hallway. going to where the apartment doors are at. My neighbors have a rabbit for some reason out here. I don't know why, but we'll say hello. Seems pretty healthy. Everything's pretty chill about it. Then we go into where the apartment doors are. I try to decorate my door for the holidays. These are from the previous Chinese New Year, and I don't have a key. I just need my finger to unlock it, and we'll go inside. I'll take off my jacket and then get on my slippers because it's customary here. And this is my place. I live by myself, but I have a bunch of slippers because people come over to hang out. Living rooms aren't usually this big in China, but
that's dope.
Seeing as I'm an American, I want to feel more like I'm back home. But the couch is the landlord's. The TV is mine. I have the computer hooked up to it. Also, the floors are heated, so
how much
I don't
you pay?
really need to wear slippers, but I like to. And here's the kitchen. I have an oven, which is uncommon in China, and a dishwasher, which is also uncommon. Here's the laundry / storage room. My washer is also a dryer, so I don't have to have both. And dryers are not common in China as well. The fridge is a little small, but it's just me in this house, so I don't really have to worry. Here's the dining room. These couches are supposed to be in the second bedroom because they turn out into a bed. And then here's the view of the street. The street on the left is one of the most busy streets in Shenyang. So getting around in a taxi or their Uber called Didi is kind of annoying. Here's me saying what's up. Then this is the second bedroom that I kind of converted into like a gaming room. There's shelving, and here's the landlord's TV that I didn't really like. Then we'll head to the second bathroom. It just has a stand-up shower.
It's a nice bathroom.
Too special. Then this is the main bedroom. The bathroom has a see-through window, a heated toilet, and a full bath. Then this is my room, the master bedroom, which is the final stop on this tour. Now, I'd like you to guess how much it is per month.
I don't know if he's going to tell us, but let's just say I'm going to speak for me in Arizona, right? Let's say that exact apartment is in Gilbert, Arizona. Nice area, suburban, very nice. Apartment like that, you're looking at $4,000-$5,000 maybe. That's a nice apartment, y'all, with 2 like full-size bathrooms. Probably looks like maybe 1,500, 12 to 1,500 square feet. I'd say 3,000, maybe 3,000. But here in China, what? $300 US?
But I should tell you, we pay 3 months or 6 months all at once.
You ain't even getting an apartment in Arizona in the slums, a studio in the ghetto for $546. That takes a lot of courage, though, y'all. A lot of my family, like my cousins and stuff, say moving to where I moved took a lot of courage because I didn't know nobody. I wasn't talking to nobody before I came out here. I came out here solo by myself, no family, nothing. But to go over there where it's like a, I don't know, 24-hour flight to get to Phoenix from China, I'm just guessing, that takes a lot of courage, y'all. I wish I could have done that, but I'm just too close to my family. I couldn't do that. I couldn't leave everybody and not see them no more. But kudos to that guy, man. He's living the life out there off $500. That's anybody looking to do that, man. I highly suggest it, or highly suggest just moving out of your hometown, moving from Goodyear, where I lived, to Gilbert. Probably, I don't know, 45-minute drive, but it's just a whole different vibe out there. Even if you move out of your little small city that you grew up in, just to, you know, a neighboring city, great things will happen, y'all. Highly suggest it, highly recommend it.
Hinge was reconstructed. We don't know that it was in that shape and stacked the way it was.
When was it restacked?
I think sometime around the turn of the century or 1900s, maybe. I mean, there's photographic evidence. If
just blocks lying around.
Yeah.
Wow.
And them using and lifting them with cranes.
Really?
Yeah, there's a bigger picture to all of the stuff around the world. You've seen things in person, and I encourage anybody that's able to do it. It does give you a greater understanding of how important it is to question everything, to document things when you can, because they're not going to stay the same.
One of the craziest things about China is the price of their Ubers. So obviously Uber is banned, but this is their luxury version of Didi, and you'll understand why we booked luxury when you hear the price. So there's Elliot in the front. You got your Voss water there. You got your driver in a suit. Succulents, that's a nice touch. Chargers, plenty of leg room. You even got classical music I'm hearing now. But for all of that, 25-minute drive for 4 people, or split between us, $8. So $2 each.
We're getting robbed out here. We're getting robbed, y'all.
Nuts.
We're getting robbed.
We're a stupid country. China thinks we're a stupid country. A very stupid country. Take a look at Detroit. Take a look at our cities. We're a developing nation. We have to develop more than they do. We're way behind them. You take a look at what's happened to our cities. I know lots of folks in China. They think we are the dumbest son of a bitches in the world, all right? They laugh at us.
And they call him anti-American for saying that. But you just saw these past 2 clips of that apartment, that Uber ride. He's telling the truth, y'all. We're a joke. We are a joke. We're paying for apartments or houses and not in nice areas $2,000 a month. On top of groceries, on top of car payments, car insurance. We're a joke, y'all. I think people are going to start waking up to this. I hope. It seems like the vibe and the conversation is changing just with that 24-hour TikTok ban. It seems like just the conversations are changing. At least that's what I see.
Now, getting back on track with the research, this guy is James Alefantis, and he is the owner of Comet Ping Pong. And James used to be a very, very public and open guy about his behaviour. Used to be. Not so much no more, as most of his accounts are now privated. But that was way before James was outed for his behaviours. It seems that James, Jimmy Comet, has a very particular style of post, and those posts always seem to be centred around the same topic. Like this one, for chicken lovers, or even this one, for the pizza lovers out there. And James, very kindly, has led me on to my next part of research, where he talks about the Podesta household and their artwork that they have, which is a Jeffrey Dahmer-esque artwork, by the way. And it also turns out that James is a very big Marina Abramovich fan too. Again, Jimmy Comet page. And in the next video, I'm going to go deeper into the Podesta family and into Marina Abramovich, where we'll talk about the circles that they move in, such as the business circles and the friendship circles. So stay tuned and come back for the next video. Oh, and if you're not following me yet, you flippin' should be. Come onto me page, click onto me notification bar and click all so you never miss any of me future uploads.
I just want to know how stupid the American government really thinks we are. Do they not realize that it's public information that we can go online and look and see just how many politicians are buying meta stock as this TikTok ban is happening? We can see how many politicians are buying meta stock. We can see which politicians are buying meta stock, and we can see how much meta stock they're buying and trading. If y'all think this has anything to do with national security and not money for the American government and control over the American people by our government, I don't know what rock you're living under. I really don't. I mean, that's what the entire end game is here. All these politicians are buying up meta stock, knowing this ban is taking place, so the stocks will skyrocket when all of us jump to the meta platform. I think as of this morning, I'm deleting Facebook and Instagram, and I'm just done with it altogether. If you think I'm full of shit, here's a picture of all the politicians so far that are buying into it. Y'all have a good day.
There's a cop behind you with a gun? and you lie down and get off 8 shots and one of them is just spot on?
And
No.
he only missed because Trump turned his head.
I know.
Like when you know the angle, like he started out with a target like this that became this. And so he went, from probably a 4 to 6 inch target to like a 1 inch target just based on where he was aiming. My friends are going to make fun of me for saying like that's a hard shot. I think that's a tricky shot. No magnification, under duress, on a hot roof.
It is a tricky shot.
Yeah.
I don't get all these people like, I'd do that. Okay, show me.
What would happen if TikTok disappeared in the US? Millions of users would lose their favorite entertainment platform, and 50% of content creators would have to find new jobs. 30% of advertising revenue from campaigns targeting younger generations would vanish, causing significant damage to the marketing industry. 25% of users would shift to Instagram or YouTube, creating intense competition between these platforms. The music industry would lose 40% of its ability to promote songs effectively, as TikTok is the primary tool for making songs go viral. The relationship between the US and China would become even more tense, as TikTok is a product of ByteDance. Other countries might begin tightening control over social media platforms, which would completely change the global tech landscape. 70% of advertising companies would have to alter their strategies for reaching customers. Finally, a new social media platform might emerge, but it would take at least 1 to 2 years to gain popularity comparable to TikTok.
Historical photos that will give you chills. Runaway slave exposing his severely whipped back. German soldiers being shown the horrendous footage of the concentration camps. 1945. Dorothy Counts, the first black student to attend an all-white school in the United States, shown in this photo, teased and mocked by her white male classmates. Hungarian Jews being selected by Nazis to be sent to the gas chamber. 1944. George McLaurin, first African-American student admitted to the University of Oklahoma, forced to sit apart from white students. 1948. A watch stopped at 8 a.m. found in Hiroshima, August 1945. The last known photo of the Titanic, 10th of April 1912. Ebensee concentration camp prisoners, 1945. The dog tags of 58,000 U.S. soldiers killed during the Vietnam War at the Harold Washington Library Center in Chicago. The famous canals in Venice being drained and cleaned, 1956. Princeton University students after a snowball fight in...
Here is The View link weighing in. I know you were waiting to hear what Whoopi Goldberg had to say, and I have it for you. Take a listen.
I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Well, people do what they do for whatever reasons. It's like Joe and Mika. They did what they did. They felt that's what they needed to do, and I got to stand behind them. If I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so I have to, I have to support.
No shit, that's true.
She has the right to do it. What an inane point to bring them all together. Like,
that's true. You do have a right to do what you want.
Oh my goodness. People in Washington, D.C. are starting to freak out after an ex-Air Force officer took this video of all these UFOs hovering over the Capitol in D.C. That's not even the craziest part. People are speculating, big people are speculating, that the extraterrestrials are trying to plan a coup up against us. And that's still not even the craziest part. By the way, have you seen any of these lately in the sky? Because they've been everywhere every day for months. The New York Times says it's already happening. And allegedly the CIA is saying a whole bunch of extraterrestrials are walking around with us looking just like us in human skin.
CIA currently estimates that on planet Earth there are now 30 million ET human hybrids on our planet.
And for anybody that thinks they're still projections, they're literally biological beings created by the fallen angels and mankind to hold the spirits of demons.
Nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam! What is
They are hiding this from you. Did you know that the Great Wall of China is 13,171 miles long? And why has it always been downplayed throughout history? To put that in perspective, from the east to the west coast of America, it is on average 3,000 miles. To times that by 4 and add 1,000, and you're still not at that number. It leaves you to wonder, how did they build such a wall, and why? Do you even know that China was that big? They started to build the Great Wall of China in 220 BC, before Jesus had even walked the earth. No sane ruler or country would dedicate that many resources and power to build something with no purpose, especially if they knew it would take over 1,000 years to build the finished wall. Who were they defending against? That they needed all 13,000 miles to even fathom winning? What or who were they so scared of? The theory is that the wall was built by the Tartarian Empire. If you look at old maps and photos, you would see that the steep side of the Great Wall and the lookout post is actually facing China. Normally, those sides be used to prevent any invaders from climbing up or to pick off enemies with crossbows. The fact that it faces China implies it was built by someone else. The Tartarians, to keep whatever was in China in, rather than defend what was in China, followed to learn more.
Of secret tunnel found between Diddy's and Michael Jackson's LA homes. Beyonce lost 5 million followers and is being investigated. Death case of Michael Jackson has been reopened. Kardashians are under investigation. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have also left the country after photos and videos were released at Diddy parties. Whitney Houston's death case has also been reopened. Liam Payne tragically passed away. Netflix is making a documentary about Diddy. A $50 million bail has been denied. Diddy is in isolation. Leonardo DiCaprio left the country after his 3,280 to picture and videos were released at Diddy parties.
When we meet for the 20th Governance Summit, you will use an app like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. No, Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic. Who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car driven free.
Yes, you just heard that correct. Apparently by 2030, Los Angeles will be private car driven free. What does that actually mean? Does it mean that people will no longer be able to own a car? Does it mean that people will be forced to use these robotic cars that just come to your doorstep and pick you up? And how could they achieve this all by 2030? Wouldn't the entire infrastructure of Los Angeles need to change to support this idea of automatic cars? And how would you get the entire infrastructure of Los Angeles to change? Maybe a fire. Maybe a fire would do it. You know, I try and avoid going too deep down the rabbit hole in these sorts of videos. I'm trying to keep things more on the surface level, things that have scientific proof backing it up, so I'm not going to go too deep, but you can come to your own conclusions about these things. When you start looking at the bigger picture, you start being able to connect all these different dots. So let's look at the positive side of what these self-driven cars could do. Yeah, okay, maybe they would reduce emissions. Maybe they would all be electric. Perhaps now you would be able to do some work instead of just focusing on driving. My biggest concern is I currently view my car as a source of freedom. You know, I love to travel, I surf constantly, I go for hikes. A lot of the things I do are in very remote corners of this world. A lot of traveling on gravel roads that don't even exist on any Google Maps or anything like that. How would I still get to these places in a self-driven car? I imagine these cars would utilize a software like Google Maps or something like this. Would these self-driven cars be able to go to these remote places? Or will we be limited to where these cars can take us? And could these cars just be shut off at random? Like, let's say there's a bunch of people who have organized a peaceful protest or something like this, and there were organizations who didn't want this protest to happen. Would there be any way of stopping these people to get to this protest by just simply not allowing these cars to work?
Yep.
I don't know. But I think these are questions that we should be very, very wary of.
Questions we should be wary of, but we can't do a damn thing about it, unfortunately.
Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Let me ask you some.
I want to know about aliens. Can we combine both? I keep coming back to that because I want to know. What do they know about aliens?
What do you want me to tell you?
What are they real?
Okay, I'll tell you right now. And what I say is not political, and it's not from my particular perspective.
Okay.
It's from the known knowledge in the universe.
Okay.
We live in a third-dimensional plane. We can see the planets, the galaxies, the suns, hundreds of billions of galaxies photographed, universes. We live in an amazing space-time continuum. The elites believe that it's not in the third dimension that we're mainly receiving transmissions. Ships don't arrive from Alpha Centauris or Gedi Prime or wherever they're coming from, or Betelgeuse. They come here through interdimensional gates that are much closer through fold space. And so we have to discuss the different influences that are in the universe and on the fact that we have free will and we decide what we want. I don't believe in any of this. I'm simply telling you what the elites believe.
So they believe that there's another dimension and these beings are from another dimension. A bunch of dimensions.
And they need baby. They need somehow, they need
is able to tune in. Let me tell you. We're really powerful.
I didn't make this up.
Okay. We're made in the image of our creator. Our brain is able to tune into the lowest dimension, the highest dimension. Humans are basically really powerful creatures that can live right close to suns. They're highly radioactive. Nothing else.
You can't even begin to fathom the level of craftsmanship that would be needed to do this with hand and chisel and repeat the same design thousands and thousands of times all over the building. And before any of you say, oh, they just had slaves. Oh, yeah, because slaves would really be this good at work, wouldn't they? If they didn't care about it.
The TikTok ban has literally had the opposite effect. China and America have never been closer. Duolingo has seen a 216% spike in American users learning Mandarin and a 36% increase in US downloads as everyone flocks to RedNote. And that's impressive because you know how notorious English speakers are for not learning a second language. They've also started comparing their medical bills. And you can imagine how that went down. And after he said that an ambulance in China was $50 and $10 for an appointment and painkillers, bro somehow signs off with Luigi.
At the end, salute to Luigi and wish the best to you all.
Americans have also been asking if the social credit score is a real thing there, if China actually has a video game time limit ban, and if Temu was just a bunch of children that needed saving. You've got people on this app now pledging their allegiance to communist China. RedNote is literally what the US government feared TikTok would become, and they created this.
TikTok and other Chinese apps. Why? Those motherfucking apps collect data on you and store it in China.
They all collect data, though.
What app ever created does not collect data on you? You show me one, please, God. And if you want to know the greatest data collectors of all time, it's Google and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Wake the fuck up, people. What is this hubbub all about? It is about the United States not being able to collect data on its system through yet another app. Sure as fuck have access to Google and Facebook. All they need is a goddamn subpoena. How hard is it to get a subpoena if you're in the Justice Department?
don't know, 15-minute process. And then Google's got to give up everything. So does Facebook, so does Twitter, so does Instagram, so does every fucking app owner in America. But if you're not in America, well, they can't issue a subpoena, so that's their goddamn problem. And people, if you think TikTok poses a threat, sorry.
Listen here, listen here.
Poses a threat to you as an individual, you just need to wake up. Because your greatest threat as an individual is a fucking smartphone that you carry with you everywhere. It is a spy device.
Oh my. Fucking chemtrails are out today. Nice. Nice. Of course you are.
They're out there.
But did you hear about all the weird fog that's been around the world?
Dude, everyone's talking about it. It's crazy.
And I'm like, is it actually weird? Or
I think this paranoid.
This
This is Gen Z who doesn't go outside being like, what is the fog?
Okay.
There's fog like over here, but not over there. Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes how it works.
These people have never turned on a flashlight in the early morning.
What's a fog?
Like, man. A fog, never met her.
We went to the beach the other day, though, New Smyrna Beach, and it was really foggy, which is not abnormal, but it smelled like
That's what a lot of
burning
people
plastic.
are saying is there's some fog that smells chemically.
Yeah, it's not like we don't have the ability to alter weather or anything through.
Oh, you're not one of those people.
And when Florida came out, they're banning weather manipulation stuff, and it's like, what? When did we vote for you to say yes to that? It's like, come on, what are we doing? So it's like, obviously they're doing it.
This is now the most expensive natural disaster in American history. I mean, it's not even over yet, but it's on track to be the most expensive disaster in American history. Billions and billions of dollars. And think about this, Sean. This is the scariest part about this fire. The deaths are terrible, the families and the homes destroyed. But this is the really scary underlayment of this issue. Insurance. Wildfire insurance could go away after this. I mean, it's been happening. These fires, we have more people living in wildfire-prone areas than we've ever had before in America. You know, Western U.S., whether it's resort communities in the mountains, whether it's L.A., I mean, people are building homes up into the hills, literally in the middle of fire country than never did before. And as a result, those homes have to be insured because normally to get a mortgage, you need to have homeowners insurance. Well, wildfire homeowners insurance has already been creaky these last few years. The foundations are starting to crumble after that Paradise fire, the Camp Fire in Paradise, California, Lahaina. So many fires across the Western U.S. Insurance companies are starting to get far more risk averse on whether we're going to underwrite a home in a wildfire risk area. This fire may eliminate it altogether. And if that happens, think how many people will lose homeowners insurance and will not be able to finance their home, or will lose their mortgage, or their homeowners insurance will go up so much they can't afford to live there. I mean, this could be a crisis in homeownership, which is, as you know, for the last 4 generations has been the main vehicle for American wealth creation. The vast majority of Americans' wealth is in their home. That's where we put our nest egg. That's where we generate long-term.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Made it this far. Like, comment, subscribe. Second channel. We hit that 1,000. I know I got a lot going on right now. When I get everything settled, we'll start doing uploads over there, and we will be doing a giveaway. Don't think I forgot about that, y'all. We'll be doing a giveaway over there. I just got, I got a lot going on right now. I don't really have time to focus on that second channel, but I appreciate everybody that went over there and hit that subscribe button. Hey, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta get to the hospital. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you later.